But here we are. Welcome back. Week 1, match number 5 for Infamous League. Today we are going to see Team Eros versus 5 Akumas. Team Eros coming off of an energizing 7-1 win over Fantastic from last night, and 5 Akumas as well coming off of another win last night, 7-0 against Outcasts. So we have 2 of the winning teams of this week facing off to decide who is going to take the top spot in this league to start off the week. So let's get started here. I want to welcome back May, my co-caster, to the stream today. How are you doing, May?
Oh, doing pretty good. Thank you very much, man.
Perfect. Well, welcome back to you again, and we're going to get started with the map ban as I turn my music down just a little bit more here to make sure that we are all set. All right. Pull up my map ban post-it note here to make sure that I understand who banned what. So, as we get into this map ban here, Team Eros was going to be the first ban. They went ahead with the theme park ban. Followed up with that theme park ban, we had the border ban from 5 Akumas. After the border ban, we had the clubhouse ban from Eros, which I believe we saw last night as well, May, if you want to confirm that. And then, oh, as he coughs, I heard you cough, so I just kept going. I think
You're good.
We have the Rona.
I need some water.
He needs water. Victor, I have no idea what the hell this song is. The playlist that I'm using doesn't have descriptions, so I could not tell you. I wish I knew that. I am so sorry. Cafe Dostoevsky was the next ban from 5 Akumas. Last ban from Team Eros was Coastline, leaving the final ban of the day to be Villa. So Team Eros elected to defend on Consulate for today's match. It is going to be a very exciting day here for all of us. I am sure that you all are going to be very excited to watch this match. I am very excited to watch this match. So let's get ready to go here. I'm going to invite the players and get ready to go.
And I believe it's going to be our first game on Consulate this season, isn't it?
I am not 100% sure. I cannot confirm that, but you might just be right, to be entirely honest with you. It might be the first one. Uh-oh, as I invite the wrong person. Oh my god, my friends list there. How are we doing, Durkin? Welcome. You guys are going to be attacking first. Saxter, obviously you guys are going to be defending first. I'm going to change the team names on here real quick.
Yeah, it's quite exciting to see both teams coming from the win going up against each other in week 1. They already demonstrated how strong they are on their respective maps. We had Team Eros fight Fantastic yesterday on Villa and taking the win 7-1. Yet 5 Akumas, I believe, weren't they playing on Coastline? Is that correct? I believe they did. And they took the match 7-0 against Outcast.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm looking to see. I mean, these technically are 2 of the top teams in the league right now, so I'm going to be very interested to see how this one plays out. If it's going to be a close match, is it going to be a very quick match for one team? I'm very excited to see. It could go either way because, again, it is still very early in this season. So
yeah, and as we're slowly getting players in, let's double check our Twitter polls. Let's see.
I don't believe there was actually a Twitter poll posted for this one. I looked for it, but I could not find one personally.
Let's see. Oh, I did find it. It was posted 8 hours ago. We have a 52%. Yeah, just so 52% in favor of Team Eros, 40% in favor of 5 Akumas, and only 7% is a draw. So we have a slight advantage when it comes to voter polls. So 52% in favor of Team Eros. So they're looking quite strong in the eyes of our viewers. But we're gonna see how they're gonna perform today.
Definitely. Again, I keep saying it, man, but this is going to be an exciting match to cast for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and check in on the players real quick, May, if you want to hold out on commentary for 1 second. Hey, guys, how's it looking, Eros? You guys waiting on some person or game glitch or what's up?
1 second.
Okay. Akumas, are you guys good to go?
Hey, what's the stream, by the way?
It's Sauko NS, SAUKKO NS on Twitch.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Okay, so right now it looks like Eros is just waiting on one player, so we will get going on that soon.
Awesome. Also, I'm gonna post the link to the stream onto the Infamous League server on Discord.
I believe I did already post one into the general chat, but I'd be very happy to see you post one again. I would not mind that one bit, so.
Oh, we're ready.
Ready? All right, fantastic. One second, you guys.
We're ready.
I'll start it in just a second. I got to get the stream all running here.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, my friends. As we fade the music out, we get ready for game number 5 for week 1 of Infamous League R6. 5 Akumas attacking, Team Eros defending Consulate. 1st to 7 wins. Let's get started. Here we go.
Good luck.
I wouldn't mind if you share your screen with me so I can actually see what's going on.
Oh my god, man, I am losing it today. I am so sorry. There we go, and I have Discord
Awesome.
Nitro, so it should be pretty good here. As we get ready to go into the ban phase, I do want to make a quick note that this stream today for myself is sponsored by the... Oh my sweet Jesus Christ!
Sponsored by
It's oh man, that tech store. I had a brain fart. It's thattechstore.co.uk. You can use code SAUKKO on that site to get 25% off of everything on the website and free shipping as well. So as we get into the game, sorry about that quick advertisement there. First ban of the day is Capitao for the attackers. And the second attacker ban is going to be Thatcher. May, what do you think about those attacker bans there?
Capitao definitely for utility smokes. Brings a ton of utility when it comes to capturing the top floor, in my opinion, because top floor on console is looking like a pretty strong side, as well as basement. Thatcher pretty standard ban, not surprised. We're looking probably at Echo or Mira ban, make it standard unless they're gonna target specifically. Oh, that's gonna be a normal ban, Mira
ban.
And if the Team Eros want to play it on default when it comes to defense, they're probably gonna ban their Echo unless they wanna maybe make a target ban.
I mean, we're looking for an Echo ban, but like we saw last night, May, it might not happen. I mean, these teams are creative with their bans, which I like to see because it creates a different game dynamic than you're used to.
Oh, exactly.
Oh, and they're a mute ban. I think that might be the first time I've seen a mute ban in any competitive match that I've personally watched. But
I've seen mute bans here and there, but they're definitely less common than anything else. I'm actually surprised not to see Nomad being banned in spite of Capitao, simply because Consulate is known for their runouts, especially from different windows and doors. Pretty essential to contest the windows. Let's see what's gonna happen. Interesting lineup coming from the defenders. Looking at pretty standard stack: Maestro, Jaeger, Smoke, Legion, and
Hold
Dog.
up there, May, actually. I just noticed it's going to be a lobby press defense. I expected it to be the default top floor, but it's going to be lobby press, the first floor site, for the very first defense of this game.
And I don't see any 6-picks coming out. Looks like the teams are pretty solid. They know what they're doing. They don't want to bamboozle one another, per se. Let's see what we're going to see from these teams coming out.
Maestro starts sprinting his Italian spaghetti backpack, having bum down to the basement to help reinforce the triple garage door with Doc, and starts moving himself away. So as we really get into this round, it's going to be an interesting game, I think, because we have Nami on Team Eros, who top ranked for them yesterday, I believe, got 12 kills in that game, so he is looking really strong going into this game here. But then again, I mean, it was the first game of the season for most people, so we could see a lot of other gems coming out. And I unfortunately didn't get to see the 5 Akumas game because I was casting at the same time that they played, so I could not tell you who their top rag was from last night. But it would be very fun to see who
So-
that's going to be.
So what we're seeing right now is actually all the defenders are very spread out on the map. There's not really an area they want to contest in specific. Like if we're playing Villa on Aviator, all right, so we can take control of 90, Aviator, and maybe a little bit of top red. The defenders on this side, they're spread out. They have people upstairs. They reinforce the downstairs garage. They also keep a person on the first floor. So it's a very, very spread out defense. But they know exactly how to play the side vertically. A lot of line of sights being opened up into the long desk from upstairs. They also have control of garage, I believe. Maestro cams being placed for extra intel. And we have people rappelling now onto the CEO. Oh, another hole. There you go, another line of sight. So very, very open map.
Yeah, and
Looks like we're going to have the first kill.
well,
Not enough
maybe
damage.
not, but I mean 50 HP on that dock from the IQ here, so this is going to be exciting to see. He swings himself back up. Smoke takes a little bit of HP damage as well, but Reaps actually gets the first kill of this game onto that dock. Very nice.
Yeah, I believe he re-peaked on the same angle and just couldn't capitalize on that.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. I think the dock was trying to rotate out of his way. But unfortunately, again, he did not make that happen. So here we go. I believe the attackers do have top floor control now as the IQ comes in. And with the defense, I think they're just trying to prevent easy kills on people defending first floor because that site is very open on first floor. But as you can see, the attackers are very much starting to push in and take top floor control.
1 minute 30 on the clock, still plenty of time. They already have top control, which is pretty much essential when attacking the site. Once you have top control, you can look down very easily. I do believe they have admin controlled as well. There's nobody sitting in there. All they have to do is pretty much secure necessary frags and execute site. They still have 1 minute on the clock. I believe it's really looking an attacker favorite.
Yeah, at this point in time, I think it would be attacker favored, especially with the HP bonus that the attackers do have, plus the extra body. Smoke is starting to use his charges fairly early, with still 40 seconds left in the round. He only has 1 left to use. And of course, still Legion does have the regenerating ability of those goo mines.
30 seconds on the clock. They have to make a final push. 4 people are still alive on defense, so it's going to be quite a heavy gunfight happening just right about now. So they're going to start pushing. Let's see how this all going to unfold.
Ooh,
so
as the-
one more defender falls down.
Yeah, Habana there actually takes a kill, but then gets refragged by the Jaeger. As Legion peeks at Habana, gets the double kill for this, or excuse me, peeks the IQ. IQ gets her double kill for the round.
So Plant is going down.
And Smoke is
Plant's
just
going to happen.
upstairs and unfortunately gets taken out by Akumas, so Reaps gets the triple kill as IQ. Very good round for that.
Very close round. I believe it was a very close round. Just time was ticking. Nothing was happening for about 40 seconds. They're just trying to find those lines of sight from above, trying to pick off a person who's going to maybe overcommit to looking to upstairs. But they played quite reserved. It's just the gunfights didn't work out in their favor.
I think it, yeah, the attackers played that really well. The defense really didn't have anywhere to move because they just took all those rotates away from them, just having that top floor control like that. Because with Consulate being a very, I would say a very vertical map, it's very hard to try and rotate when you have somebody above you shooting through like a very, very small hole in the floor. So
Absolutely. We have a 6 pick from IQ to Gridlock. Now, Gridlock was very potent on this map simply because of the vast open areas where the track steering can actually lock down an insane amount of surface area, especially when it comes to long desk on top floor, all these different rotations that can be pretty much isolated. It's a very nice substitute for Nomad. Plus, she can bring smoke grenades for side executes.
I do believe yes indeed. I agree with you there. I was having another mini stroke there, so I kind of wasn't processing that much, but very, very much understood at that point there. But as we see Mozzie reinforcing the upstairs hatches, we're going to be watching. Actually, that's Smoke. I don't want to switch to him. He's doing the same exact thing. Maestro putting the default cam behind the white van, getting ready to go.
Another cam on bottom yellow. A lot of site cleanup is happening. The prepping site for all.
Yeah, as we get ready to go in this round here. And we see Reaps playing the Gridlock this time, going from a 3-speed all the way down to a 1-speed with some glorious thighs of Gridlock. And she's going to be getting droned in by the Habana from admin office. As we see one defender actually playing upstairs at this point. Ash is going to be pushing up to admin office. Might know at this point because of the drone of her teammate that it is uncontested in that window. And actually, yeah, Zofia, I believe, in there as well. Yes, it's going to be Zofia Ashe taking top floor control versus 2 defenders who are unknown at this point to the enemy team who they exactly are, but they do know that there are 2 of them, so this is going to be an intense battle here as we tune in here.
Quite a strong push coming from Zofia and Ashe. They have to secure those 2 kills to continue pushing up. But Mozzie takes a first frag onto Zofia. Now only Ashe is left on top floor. Can she secure the kill?
Ooh.
No, only Mozzie is tagged up just a tiny bit. Sprays a little bit more bullets into the bathroom.
I do believe Mozzie did rotate. Yes, Mozzie rotated down through that hatch up in CEO. So good play to him there. And
Let's see.
Gridlock
is going to isolate the main lobby.
And she also
so far
isolated
spot.
top of the Visa stairs onto first floor, so she's actually used all of her gridlocks, so good thing getting that utility out sooner. So I believe that all the defenders at this point are going to be isolated on the bottom floor as we get ready to watch this Ashe here. I believe she's waiting for a Q to push down yellow, which I believe we might see soon here, or maybe just opening up that wall. Yes, we're going to see them trying to get any charges or players out of that corner.
I don't believe they're running any breach denial. Pretty much the garage is completely open. They let the attackers open the garage if they'd like.
Right, I mean, it seemed to be a pretty heavy roam strat, and at this point it's worked out for them. I mean, minimal loss of HP for the defenders for the trade of Zofia. Definitely
Yeah, and Zofia is down.
definitely good in my
Amazing
book.
gun is out of rotation, and her amazing weapon is no longer in play.
Exactly, and now we see the Hibana actually is rotated outside, is going to be opening up the garage door here. All 3 Hibana pellets going down, no counter obviously from the defense, so it's going to be a 2-way push here of the Hibana and then this Ashe that we're watching here on yellow stairs. We're going to switch perspective to the Hibana as she drones in her teammate. Smoke playing on top of the pipes. Interesting play style there, but we'll see if it's going to work out for him as Smoke actually starts pushing but gets killed by the Buck, who is playing above. Nope, actually...
Good vertical play. Let's see if Ashe can secure the skill on the roamer who just ran up to stairs. Only 20 seconds left. They have to make a push.
So the Ashe
What's
actually
going on?
got killed by that Jaeger, so Buck right now is actually trying to fight this Jaeger, but the Vigil
Only
picks
15
off another
seconds.
player last
They have to make a
minute.
push.
Vigil
They
with the
have
double
to
kill.
get it.
We spotted the Mozzie. Buck is going to get that Mozzie kill there. It's going to be a 1v3. And,
Diffuser's down outside. It's
Oh.
not gonna happen, unfortunately.
and that, I believe, was a triple kill for the Vigil there. Very nice play to him to tie up this game 1-1 going into round 3.
Yeah, I just don't understand what happened. They pretty much had top floor secured. They had first floor secured as well. Track stingers were deployed. They had all the control. They still had a minute on the clock. Something must have fell apart. They just couldn't execute site on time. They had all the utility in the world. They got their necessary kills, but
as we have a disconnect, actually. This might be a rehost coming up here.
let's wait for the
That's going to be a
yeah,
rehost.
that's the call for rehost. Well,
All right, so it's going to be a rehost here as we go to our starting screen. And remember, it is 1-1, and the defenders had just won basement. So transition back to in-game here, and I turn my amazing music back off. Let's double-check and make sure that everything is correct here. Yes, it is indeed 1-1. Fantastic.
see which side they're gonna pick next. They're going back to the lobby and press room.
Interesting
wait.
decision for the defense.
Wait,
No, they
Yeah, okay.
won on
Yeah,
basement.
they
They
won.
won on basement, so they
yeah,
have
they
the
won on
ability to go
basement, so
back
it's
there.
perfect.
Right.
Perfect.
So
Makes sense.
yeah, I made
So-
sure to set it up exactly correct. Don't you worry,
Yeah,
May. I'm not a scrub.
yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Just want to double check. So okay, I see. So Castle was shown by Get 6 pick to Doc. So we're looking at the exact same lineup as we had the first round.
Except
So
for the
yes.
attackers, actually, because Reaps, who took that 3K in the first round, who took Gridlock in the second round, actually trying Nomad for the third round. So I guess we see a hard flex player that also doubles as a fragger for 5 Akumas here. So that's pretty interesting to see. But I'm excited to see how they play that.
Loading into the game.
Yeah, there
All
we
right.
go. Ubisoft needs
Round
SSD.
Attackers
Round
need to
three,
locate and
begin.
defuse as many bombs as they
All
can.
right, here we
So
go.
a lot of people regard this side as not necessarily the strongest side to begin or to play on, right? So usually the games of
Attackers
concept, they
have located
revolve
a
around
bomb.
basement and the top floor. Now, probably the weakest side is the split side, right? The archives and Visa. And pretty much you never see people play on that side simply because it splits the defense onto 2 floors, which is extremely hard to defend. And another thing is Visa connects directly to the outside.
Right, which is not really a good thing to have, especially for a defense, because, I mean, if you look at every other site, you have to go through a window, which is pretty sketchy. You have to go through a corridor or something like that. So, you know, it's definitely a safer option not to go that split site. And real quick, before we actually go into any other commentary, I had Mr. Mooseman in the chat ask, how does rehosting work? Basically, it's in the rulebook where if a player disconnects due to a issue, or if the stream freezes, or if any player's game freezes, then it is allowed to restart the custom game lobby and reinvite all the players and pick up where we left off, essentially. So that's what we just did. To clarify that. So as we see, Ashe actually on the admin windows repelled with the G36. Interesting choice of a primary weapon when the R4C is a very strong one. But we see her pushing in tandem, I believe, with the Zofia. Yes, that is correct, with Zofia. Through second floor right now, up into copy room. Gets Legion Mind, as I believe that might be the smoke of Brickman. Yes, it is. Playing in meeting behind a shield, so he's going to be trying to contest against two operators with the support of Doc playing in the bathroom, as we saw last round. Zofia
gets concussion down, baits out the smoke grenade, at least the toxic babe, the way we like to call it.
So yeah, good job for the Akumas to bait out actually all three smoke grenades this early.
All three smokes, zero utility left for Smoke. He jumps down, tries to rotate out, and so Smoke is reduced just to his SMG-11. That's not what you want to see. 1 minute 40 seconds still left in the round. That's probably the worst thing you want to see from the Smoke.
Exactly. I mean, especially on such an open site like this. I mean, you have the Maestro to try and deny a plant, but at the same time, you need those smokes to be able to help prevent those plants. But as we get ready here, we saw Legion actually trade out Jinxie after Jinxie picked off the Doc for our team Eros. And we see actually the Zofia here getting another kill onto the Jaeger. So that's going to eliminate a lot of roaming potential here as the round comes down to the final minute here. We see Zofia try and take out that Maestro cam, but actually accidentally uses a concussion, or maybe trying to clear a Jaeger device.
No, absolutely clearing a Jaeger. I believe it's absolutely deliberate. Testing out if there's any EDS.
Right. Oh, it's actually... Wow, Zofia gets another kill for this round, so that's going to be a 2K for this round for her. Good job
And again,
there.
the problem that the defenders have is they lose top control too early, especially with Smoke rotating and not contesting the position, right? He wasted all the smoke grenades, all the toxic babes were wasted, right? And then he just rotated. He gave them the space for free, but then came back around, took out Zofia.
Good swing from that Legion there onto the Zofia, getting that kill there as Nomad comes up and takes the Legion down to about 50 HP as well. Legion doesn't know that there's actually an attacker right at the top of the stairs. That was very close there. Wow, that actually scared me there. I thought the Legion was going to get picked off by that player. Maestro actually getting some HP loss onto those players as Buck actually takes out the Maestro. It's going to be a 3v1 situation. It's going to have to be an ace clutch for the Legion here. Legion takes out the Nomad. It's going to be a triple kill for him. Coming down last,
two more kills
attackers.
To go. Very doable.
As we saw, a lot of the Nomad charges are placed outside to prevent those outside runouts here. So Buck knows that he's there. He's going to be pre-fired, and unfortunately for the Team Eros players, they lost that round.
I sincerely don't think the site is working out for them. I sincerely don't think the site's working out for them. They have to switch up.
I would not go this site unless it was absolutely required, but I mean, I guess I could see their strategy is maybe try and get it out of the way early. If they can pick up a win on that, that's not a bad thing, because if you imagine, if you lose it in the beginning versus at the end, there's no real change there. So it's not a bad thing, I think. But, you know.
Oh, there we go. They're going to the top floor.
Top floor, finally, but we see a pretty standard top floor lineup here. Jaeger, Smoke, Maestro, Mozzie, and then Legion 6 pick to the Valkyrie. And actually, that's the IQ is gonna be taken off. So IQ to Jackal.
Into a Jackal.
Yeah, that's that. I don't know about that 6 pick. IQ is very valuable on this map, especially when Valkyrie is still in play. Given the fact that Valkyrie cams thrown outside can be very, very detrimental for the attackers with runouts, especially on this site when you have people upside down repelling on those B windows there into the office.
Typical side prep.
Maybe.
Nothing really new.
Your voice there came in sort of choppy. You say typical site?
Yeah, typical site preparation. Nothing really standing out to me. I'm still kind of surprised by the mute ban, I'm not gonna lie. It could have been a target ban, but I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, this early in
not
the
a-
season, I don't know about being a target ban, but who knows? Maybe they played each other before, maybe they scrimmed
5
each other,
seconds
who knows?
remaining.
Yeah, I'm a little bit puzzled,
Attackers
but
must locate and defuse the bomb.
because I don't necessarily see the how would mute impact this map in a fundamental way.
Right.
The way that Echo or Mirror would.
Yeah, because I'm sure that, oh, that's how you minimize that. I'm sure that the mute would be pretty beneficial for, preventing droning and things like that for the attackers, but even then, I mean, it's, not that huge of a deal. You have Mozzie, obviously, to prevent those drones.
Well, I believe
You have a lot
they're
of other
running
operators.
Mozzie simply because the mute is gone too. Right, it's an
That
extra
could
drone
be, but
now.
I mean, Mozzie is a strong operator in and of itself. As we see the Ashe actually get an early frag this round, for only 40 seconds in, taking out the Valkyrie, so that's going to be really strong as one Nitro Cell out of their 2 gets eliminated for the round. We see one more roamer playing in near antechamber and bathroom. I believe that's going to be, who is that? That was the Mozzie. Mozzie gets also taken out, so both Nitro Cells for the defense are gone at this point, and the remaining defenders are most likely still just upstairs on site at this point. We have, a nice wing, I believe that to be the Jaeger. Yes, it was. Jaeger swinging down yellow to take out the Ashe. Good kill there onto a very strong operator. As we see Jackal is upside down repelled right now on the office windows here, trying to maybe get an easy kill on somebody sitting in sight, but I don't think that there is anybody in there right now for him to even kill, as we saw that missed drone throw there for him. Let's check in again with some more operators. Buck actually is going to be fighting this Jaeger, so good thing I switched when I did. He's going to try and fight him with the shotgun. Ooh, and he wins it, but Maestro takes him out as well. There was a nice little crossfire between the Maestro and the Smoke, so now it's reduced to a 3v2, full HP for every operator. Smoke is going to use one of his Toxic Babes on the B windows to prevent that. We see somebody also repelled, I believe that to be the Zofia outside of bathroom. Knowing that Maestro is in there, I believe she is smart to pull off like she's doing.
So for our friends who are watching, only we can see the outlines of the different teams. So of course we have wall hacks, if you want to call them that way, just so we can understand what's going on better.
Exactly.
But the teams cannot see. Just so you guys know, the teams cannot see their enemies through walls.
Exactly. That would just be mean. Oh, Pro-Hearted, thank you, saying that we're way better than the CGL guys. That's a huge compliment to me and to May. We really appreciate it.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Yeah, we're just trying to make this a little bit more entertaining. We're all having fun here. We participate in this league as well. We're going to play against both of these teams later in the weeks. So we're quite excited to watch them. And the planet's going down in the projector room. Very sneaky by Durkin. Gets stacked, by the way,
yeah,
a little
that's not
bit.
going to happen. Hibana, oh, but Hibana gets that kill onto Maestro there with the headshot. And that's going to be the end of the round as Zofia cleans up shop onto Team Arrow.
That's quite a quick round. It's just Hibana with that Maestro kill especially. Right, Hibana didn't waste the time, didn't look for the Maestro cam, just went straight for the connector. Secured that kill on Maestro, which was quite crucial because of the intel on Maestro cams that could potentially kill her. Only 10 HP on Hibana left. Akumas really looking strong so far.
Yeah, this is an interesting game to watch. Again, like I said at the very beginning of the match, I mean, this could have gone either way. I mean, we see two very strong teams, but Akuma's really showing their worth here in this match so far. But it's not to say that Eros hasn't really put together a really good game, because they are a very consistent squad, as we saw last night, and even tonight too. They're very organized. They're holding the attackers for the majority of the round so far. They've held the attackers till the very last second to have to make a
And we
move.
see that they're not falling apart, right? All the rounds have come pretty close.
Exactly.
It's all about
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
individual
defused by
skill
attackers.
and winning those gunfights in the end.
As we see Castle actually just chilling out here for the moment. Maybe he's taking a little leisure break, getting a sip of water. We will never know. But
We talk
like
about
we were
that
talking
they're
about
going
early,
the split side.
Split site. Wow.
Instead of going basement, basement's open, I
Attackers
believe.
have discovered
Yeah,
the
basement is
location of a
open
bomb.
again because they won it on round 2, so it would be open for them to take in round 5. So interesting choice for them not to go there, but I guess, I mean, every team has strategies for basically every site on almost every map. So theoretically, they could have something up their sleeve, and I'm excited to see where they take this. As we
Definitely.
see Castle barricading off the hallway into Tellers, and barricading off as well downstairs, trying to prevent that rotation. That's a very smart move for them. As we switch over to Reaps, who so far since the first round has yet to get a kill, or the first 2 rounds I should say, after that rehost.
Stay sharp.
Zofia is going to be playing the breach charge with the IQ downstairs. Going to be going into garage. There is nobody playing down there. I think it's going to be more of a turtle strat here for the defense. So it could be strong for them to try and swing in early and swing in this basement. As long as there's no bullet hole peeks from the defense, we shall see. May, what do you think so far of this attack? I think it's coming together pretty well for him, but...
well, here's the big weakness of having the split site. Simply because there's so many ways for attackers to push. Right, so we know that if we're defending top floor, the only way the attackers can plant is if they take the top floor and they plant there. Right, for the split site, there's first floor to worry about and the second floor. And that's why castle is so essential to at least waste a little bit of utility on even getting to the site. Right, so all you're doing here, especially for these two sites, is just wasting time, making sure that attackers have only 10 to 15 seconds for an execute. But if the attackers know how to utilize their utility properly, I believe they could just walk into site and prevent all the rotations coming from the top floor. Because dropping down the hatch is probably the worst thing you can do in this game. You have almost no control, and the attackers see you first. Right? Your eyes are not on the feet.
Yeah, exactly here. So as we see this round continue to go on, IQ makes a very strong push up towards blue hallway. Sees there's a rotation. Castle actually takes a couple pot shots as the Valkyrie there gets the first kill of this round pretty late. Jinxie gets a nice frag though onto the castle. Crossfire from the Echo and one more player in blue to take him out as well. So it's going to be a 4v3. HP heavily in favor of the defense right now. As we watch
quite
this
a
Echo
reckless
player.
push in my personal opinion was quite a reckless push, just walking into that crossfire into those two holes without any intel.
And
no
speaking
drone
of
coming
reckless
from
pushes,
Eros.
no drone, no prep with 3 players alive as Buck, an essential operator on this site, goes down for the attackers. So Team Eros really bringing it together for this defense here as it's now a 4v2. But again, like happened last night, we saw quite a few 4v2s translate into round wins for the down team, so you never know what could happen here. As I believe this is the Castle here fighting up against... Yes, it is. Castle's going to be fighting against this IQ here. IQ, I believe, knows that he's there. IQ loses a bit of HP and gets nothing back in return.
Yeah, looking pretty grim for the attackers so far, only 2v4, but if they secure a kill, it's only now 2v3. They can still execute if they just push through the hole. Have to gamble on it, there's no one in the side. Echo drone is being destroyed. They can secure a plant, and now the attackers only have one way up.
That's very good there, but there's a Maestro cam actually up there waiting. And a Valkyrie cam as well. Oh, a double Nitro, I think, from the Valkyrie. Yes, it was Nami with the double Nitro for the triple kill to finish that round out. Very well played.
Absolutely insane what we've just seen. It's that Nitro cell so reserved. Wait for the right moment.
Very good discipline. I know we'd normally call it trigger discipline, but I guess we'd call it nitro discipline there. But good job to Team Eros to get that round back and to bring them closer.
So close. The attackers almost had the side. If not for Maestro distraction and not that Nitro cell, we could have seen a different outcome to the round.
I definitely think it could have gone either way there, honestly. The attackers did have a very close game there. If that Valkyrie would have wasted that Nitro earlier, like we were talking about, it probably would have been an attacker win. Because, as you saw, it was only a Maestro and a Valkyrie for the last couple operators. There's no way that they can deny that plant with about 9 seconds left in the round. So
solid lineup coming from the attackers. They know what works right now. Ash, IQ getting 6 picked onto Nomad.
Attackers need to locate
so
and defuse
they are
bombs.
expecting potential runouts, I believe. But
yeah, on this map it's very common.
The location of a
Yeah,
bomb.
this map is very common for the runouts, especially if you take a Valk. But on basement, it's a little bit less common, just because it's more of a, sort of let them try and push you top floor, then let them go at about a minute.
I believe the 5 Akumas thought they're gonna go back upstairs simply because it's an advantageous site. Pretty straightforward to hold, but we're going down to the basement.
Right, yeah, we'll see how this basement treats them, because they did win basement, if you remember, back to round 2. They won basement before that rehost. So this could go in their favor here as we get into first-person perspective, getting ready for this round to start. And we're going to switch to the perspective of currently the top frag of Monarch, playing the Buck right now, as the entirety of the 5 Akumas team starts pushing from the east side here. I don't know if they're thinking that somebody's peeking them, possibly, or if they're just trying to pre-fire those windows to get them open. So
Again, spread out defense. We have a little bit of people, some people on top. We have person on the main floor, and 2 people on downstairs being both anchors.
Ooh,
Slow
and
push coming from the attackers.
Actually, speaking of pushes, we actually have the Ashe and the Zofia again doing the same strat, pushing in from the admin office. Haven't seen a counter to it from the defensive side, but they're making their way down second floor, walking fast. And if please God get that song reference, somebody, so I don't seem like an idiot here. As we have Legion playing in top yellow, gonna start exchanging some gunfire. Obviously, the Ashe with the G36 does have the ACOG advantage here, but she notices that Mozzie was trying to rotate. Mozzie's gonna drop back down with Legion as they start getting back to
damage being
site.
dealt yet. No damage being dealt yet. Pretty much Ashe has to make sure nobody is still on top floor. 1 minute 45. They pretty much have the top control at this point.
Yeah, very smart play from the defenders, though. They wasted about a minute and 40 seconds, or not a minute 40, excuse me, minute 20 seconds in order to, keep those attackers from pushing site. So that's very strong there. It limits the amount of opportunity that the attackers will get here. But still, no HP lost to either side, even a minute 30 into this round. As we see some gunfire, I think that's from the Buck, shooting onto yellow stairs. Maybe somebody's playing yellow stairs that we can't see at this point in time. Oh, that's a Mozzie drone. That's what's going on. There was a Mozzie drone there. They were trying to kill it. Unfortunately, nobody did kill it, so that's still going to be a danger for them.
Only 1 minute left. Still 10 people alive. Nothing really much happened. Oh, still everybody has 100 HP. So it's going to be quite an action-packed minute ahead of us. Nothing's being opened up. I don't see any pressure yet on the downstairs.
Yeah, there's not really much now, but I noticed that Buck is starting to shoot out the floor, so maybe he's trying to put some pressure from above. And if you notice as well, Nomad was putting some of her air jab charges on the common rotates that we saw from last time, where Jaeger came up and slammed 2 players. So they were trying to prevent that, but with only 35 seconds left in this round, it's going to be hard for these attackers to push. But I have yet to see Habana actually open anything. We'll see what she... okay, I speak again.
Time's not in their favor. They only have 25 seconds left.
Actually, Reaps is getting a double kill here, so we might want to switch to his perspective as Reaps on the Nomad takes out both roamers at this point in time.
Yeah, 2 kills are impactful, but all you have to do, they have to make sure the plant goes down. Only 10 seconds.
Oh, here we go. 5v1, and actually Okita is going to be the one to clean up shop for them. Zofia with a flawless round, nonetheless. For 5 Akumas with only 10 seconds left in that round. Very nice play there for them, bringing it to 4v2 going into half and going into the attacker-defender role swap here. Sorry to cut you off like that, May, but that was just exciting. That was a really quick push.
We expected it to be quite a lot of gunfire in the last minute, and that's exactly what we got. Switching sides, now we're going to have 4-2 in favor of Akumas.
I saw Tachanka for a split second for Team Akumas, and I was very excited. I almost needed to take a quick restroom break from excitement.
Yeah.
But,
I don't believe we're at a 6-0 point at the moment, so I don't think Tachanka is going to come out.
No, definitely not at all. But we do have the pulse. The Kides being 6-picked to the pulse here as we get ready to go into the round.
Attackers need
As
to locate
Ubisoft
and
servers.
defuse
There we go,
bombs.
and we see a split site for the first defense. So that's 2 times in a row that a team has taken an inferior site for the beginning of their defense. And I say inferior as a relative term just because obviously teams have their own opinions about what their strats do.
But then again, inferior, it's very subjective because all these statistics come from, professional play. Simply because the team is not picking those sides doesn't mean it's inherently bad. Sure, it may be a little bit harder to defend, and it may be a little bit non-standard compared to other sites on other different maps. But definitely, the fact that it's very, very different may help the defenders defend it better, simply because if they have prepared it and they know exactly what to expect from where the attackers may push, they may pitch them in non-standard ways that the other maps just don't allow that to happen.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's just a game of perspectives at this point. I mean, what works for you, what works for somebody else, might be completely different. So, and like we saw last round, that was very true. As we see the drone here of Roxo playing the Jackal, spotting that Valkyrie, as we have basically the entire attacking team, with the exception of Sledge, pushing from that east side near Visa. Right now, the window is open, so possibly there's a Valkyrie cam on that palm tree, who knows? And possibly a run-out getting prepped here.
Valkyrie sitting on top of the stairs. Some gunfire coming up. Jackal is open. I believe Jackal is going to be their pick for every single attack round simply because it's such a great utility.
And speaking
I
of
believe-
attackers
Yeah.
getting picked, that's my favorite term to use here. And oh, an early plant going down from Brickman. The Maestro cam went down. Pulse is still below. He's going to try and get the Nitro, but it's not going to be enough, actually, as the diffuser goes down.
Just as jump down, we have another Nitro coming out. I believe, honestly, just sitting in top of that box would have been a good idea. It's such an off angle that a lot of defenders just don't expect to counter when they're retaking the site.
Right, and I mean, that's been the default plant spot for both attackers so far. So very nice, but Nami cleaning up shop again, gets a triple kill. Very nice play there. Let's see if Nami can finish it off with a quad kill here against this Castle player of Reaps who just dropped down. Takes out both cameras, placed precariously close to each other, getting ready for the castle push, but Saxter steals that quad kill, finishing out round 7 for Team Eros. It's going to be 4-3, still in favor of Akumas, however. And hey chat, I'm going to have to give you guys a warning, just because it's starting to go a little bit too aggressive in chat. I don't mind some competition, I don't mind some friendly stuff, and I know this is going to take 3 minutes to reach your ears. But we're going to have to chill it out just a little bit, please. Thank you.
Yeah, we're all playing for good fun. You know, I understand it's a competitive environment, but everything has its own limits, right? We don't want to make sure people feel inferior to their colleagues because we're all in the same sport, right? We're all friends here, and we don't compete for a right to humiliate one another.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, you know, it's fine to have like competitive stuff like that, but as soon as we start saying some of the things that are being said in chat right now, it's just not exactly what we want to see in my stream atmosphere. So.
Absolutely. All right. So we're going to top floor site.
And this is, I believe,
Finally.
I think it's only the second time that it's been played this entire match so far for top floor. So.
Yeah, we've seen split side being played twice, basement being played twice, and actually lobby press being played twice as well. It's quite interesting layout so far. We have pretty standard lineup as well from defenders now as they switch sides. The same operators that were being used by Team Eros when they were defending as well.
Right, definitely. I mean,
place.
this is, you know, it seems like there's been a lot of overlap on the maps recently, and I guess that's just, you know, because, you know, teams, you know, they're all looking at Pro League as an example. Excuse me, and Pro League has a very, you know, set strat sheet. I would say there's a lot of very common things that happen in Pro League, so it's very common to see a lot of, you know, overlaps.
Correct. All right. So taking top floor, we're not really seeing a lot of presence from the admin side. We see people rappelling on the CEO windows. A very common approach to taking the top floor is taking admin, because once you have control of admin, it's very easy to just direct your attention onto the side itself. But Durkin takes the first kill with a headshot, takes out the Sledge. I believe he was repelled as well.
I think Sledge was either repelled or, oh, actually, we have a disconnect.
Well,
but since there's HP lost in the round, it's going to have to be a play on. So we'll have to wait for the next round to be... Well, actually, Eros doesn't have any more rehosts. I just realized Eros already called one rehost, so they are not allowed to rehost unless they are able to get their player back in, as actually Monarch, I believe with the run out, getting another kill here. 5
versus 2, round looking pretty bleak for the attackers. They pretty much have to play it absolutely perfectly to secure this round. They have to get their kills.
Blaze comes back. That's good. That's good for them. I mean, unfortunately, it cost them a body this round on the attack, but what are you going to do? You know, at least they're back for the next few rounds.
So it's still very, very playable. The round is not lost for the attackers just yet. They still have plenty of utility. Jackal and Hibana, very, very powerful operators.
Ooh, actually, as we say that, Hibana goes down, making it a 5v1, so this is going to be have to be an impressive clutch here. Oh, and speaking of impressive clutches, that unfortunately was not what happened, as the Valkyrie, with a really well-placed Nitro Cell, takes care of that Jackal for the round end, so. Alright, I'm actually going to type in chat at this point, so. just to get. If you want to cast for a second as I tell these
Absolutely.
kids what's going on.
Absolutely. So we're looking at, again, pretty standard lineup for the attackers. Jackal is being present yet again. Very, very strong, especially on this map, to find all the roamers, because this map has 3 floors. Now Caveira is potentially going to get 6 picked. Let's see what's going to happen. Maybe she's going to stay. Oh, that gets picked 6 picked to Valkyrie. And we're going to lobby and press room.
Yeah, Caviar is not
Castle is
really
being-
a common pick at this point in time
Attackers need to
for
locate and
many
defuse as many
defenses
bombs
anymore
as they
after she was originally nerfed. So you don't really see that. So it's not surprising to take a Valkyrie, especially given the fact that runouts are so powerful again on this map.
Exactly. I'm interested to see how 5 Akumas are going to approach defending this site. They're looking pretty strong on this map so far. They're taking the rounds that they really want to take, not allowing the enemy team to get much control, or they just win their gunfights when they have to.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a battle of the frags here because, I mean, the strats are very strong for both teams, and as we see, the kills are pretty even as well.
And I also
for the
point
most
out
part.
the vertical play on from both teams is very, very strong. We see nitros being tossed from above, from below, all in every single direction, and they land. None of them have not connected just yet, so both teams are relatively prepared to play this map, and it's going to be a show match of how they perform against one another.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're playing this match for some really good marbles here. I mean, if they want to win this match, you know, they take the top spot in this league until the remainder of the matches this week are played. So, not a bad plan indeed. As we see the sledge actually starting to repel onto the spiral windows, it's actually a very good angle here. Not many people do this anymore that I've seen, so if he can get an easy kill in the first minute of this round, that's not a bad thing for their team. As we see the Jaeger actually run in front of his ACOG, but oh, the diffuser goes down quickly.
Diffuser has already been
I
planted.
didn't even
Okay,
notice. Wow, good play to them. As the Jaeger tries running out, gets Nomad charged and gets taken out, so that's going to be a nice little refrag there, making it 4v4. As it looks like, oh, I believe that is Vigil. Yes, it is Vigil is trying to gun battle.
now the man of... Oh, that's a 2v2. Okay,
Yeah, 2v2
so health
after
is
that
not
Claymore
looking
kill
good
there.
for the Vigil.
I don't know if this is going to be winnable, honestly, here. We have a player above on the hatch. Maestro seems to know about it, though, and then we have one more person. Yep, that player on the hatch is Rox opening the Jackal, takes out the Maestro. It's going to be a 2v1 in favor of the attack here. So,
Eros cannot make a mistake at this point. Honestly, with their positioning.
and there's no time left. It's 3 seconds.
yeah.
So, honestly, if I was the Vigil, I would have saved off a little bit and maybe saved my KD because he was in a position to save that. But you know,
Well,
I mean, you
yeah,
gotta go for it.
In that dire situation, pretty much, the defenders are banking on they're gambling. They're hoping their attackers are just going to overcommit, maybe drop hatch, maybe get a little bit kill hungry to give the defenders an advantage to retake. But we know the Team Eros is a very strong team. They're not going to fall for that. They're going to hold their positions in the most advantageous situation, and that gives them the round. That gives them the chance to win this round too. So
Yeah,
5-4.
What were you saying, May? Oh,
Yeah,
you
I'm
said
saying-
5-4. I thought you said by
Yeah, so-
far. So I was like, wait, are you saying something really
so
interesting?
5-4 so far. So 5-4 so far. Teams are looking pretty solid on this map. As I said, they're both prepared. So I believe it's going to be a pretty close game. We might have to actually go to overtime, I believe.
There is actually no overtime for this league.
Oh, it's a
actually,
tie?
May. So
It's a
yes,
tie, right?
it's a time. It's a tie.
Oh, okay,
So-
I believe. Okay.
Right. So,
So
you
only-
are totally fine.
Yeah, only 3 rounds. 3 rounds left in the game. Pretty crucial rounds. They cannot afford to make mistakes. If 5 Akumas want to take this match, they cannot make any more mistakes. They have to pick their sides. They cannot gamble on their off strats or maybe their pocket strats to maybe bamboozle their attackers, if you want to say it that way. But they have to make sure they play it correctly
Exactly.
to take the game.
But I'll tell you what, if they secure this round here, if they secure one more round win, they're guaranteed at the very least to have a tie. So that guarantees them 1 point, so it's not a bad place to be in for the second game of the week here.
No, absolutely. And I'm thinking they took the basement simply because they're very confident on the side. They know that if they take this round, it takes away the pressure of... it definitely gives them a little bit more comfort, even if they have to... even if they lose the next 2, right? It still gives them the comfort that they secure a point in the league already.
Yeah, definitely, because, I mean, basement is a very, very secure site. I mean, it's hard to push for the attackers. There's not much room, you know, there's not much leeway or room given to to the attackers in this real sense. I mean, unless you clear out top floor completely, prevent the rotations completely, and open up that ceiling above the garage door, you're basically guaranteed to have to push from a really odd angle and funnel yourself into 2 hallways. So, as we see, actually, the Kai charge might go down.
Okay, that nade reaches that, and excellent. The wall is going to
Oh,
open
there's
up.
actually the second Artilla Claw was already down, so that Thatcher charge is going to work, or Thermite charge, excuse me. Thermite is going to work there, open up the garage door. So as we're saying, that comfortability just goes. It's gone for the
absolutely.
defense
The breach
now.
is open. 2 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah,
the main thing Eros just have to do is just get together, create a plan, and execute site. And that's how they can secure this round. They need to make sure it's a 5v5. They need to make sure it's 5-5 going into the next round.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if they can make it 5-5, then they're basically guaranteed at that point to, you know, the way they've
all
been
their
playing.
attackers are just stuck outside. I'm
Yeah, I
not
don't know
sure
what
if they
they're
have a
doing.
plan at the moment.
Are they trying to just all push that one direction or something like that? I don't know if it's going to work given the fact that they have Maestro cams that they can see through smoke.
Judging for what I see, they're trying to smoke it off. Block of line of sight.
Oh, and the
Each
Mozzie.
on steps. Makes a huge spray down. 2 people go down.
Good job for the Mozzie,
Gets
but the
the
Mozzie gets
trade.
refragged actually, and now it's going to be a 4v2 as the attackers make a really good execute there. I guess the plan was just trying to push into sight as quickly as possible and kill as many people as possible.
Okay, Plan's going down in the cafeteria. Only 2 people. One
And
already
actually,
down.
Jaeger is down right now, so we're going to go to the Kai's perspective and watch him try and clutch it out in a now a 2v4 situation. He did get his buddy Jaeger up. 30 seconds left.
You know, with all the faith in them, I don't believe it's winnable for them at this point. And Jaeger on almost no HP, already 21 seconds left. Doors are open. Yeah, this looking like it's going to be 5-5 going into next round, and Team Eros is securing another point.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, actually, Thermite gets that kill, and then cleaning up shop without losing another body is Nami on the Zofia. Shooting the feet seats there for a second, taking out that HP. That was a really good play there to make it 5-5 and tie up this match for, I believe, the 3rd time now this match is tied. So, very close game again. I mean, this might end up in a draw. We might be seeing the 2nd draw of the week.
Console office, they know they have to go console at this point. They can't gamble anymore.
Yeah.
They were so close to securing the round, especially with attackers just stacking up, just rushing that breach. But they need to make sure they get this round to secure their spot in the game.
Right. If they don't get this round, it puts them in a very uncomfortable situation. I would not want to be that team where you're down to a 5-5 situation on round 11, getting ready to try and secure your tie at the very least. And if you lose that round and go in the final round and have to try and play just to get a tie, it makes you feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah, we know how Eros loves having momentum. We've seen how Eros just abused having momentum on Villa yesterday against Fantastic. Once they get that going, once they understand how the enemy plays, they will utilize everything they got to get those rounds.
Exactly, and I remember one round in particular for Eros last game yesterday that Eros, they actually realized that, Fantastic is completely holding off-site near Trophy Statue, and there's nobody watching games, and they're all filtering slowly back in the Aviator, so let's just open up a pole right here and push in that way. And it worked out for him. I mean, it won him that one round. I think it was the final defense for Fantastic. It won him that final defensive round. So they know what they're doing, and they know that once they adapt, they're a very strong team. But again, like we've seen, 5 Akumas, very even kill spread here, and very good players all around. Honestly, so far in this league, I haven't seen a single player that doesn't deserve to be here. Which is
absolutely.
really strong.
Everybody's playing to the best of their ability. We're not really seeing any misplays. Nothing really falling apart for both teams. They're all looking pretty strong. Shots are being landed. All the nitro cells doing what they have to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of really, really skillful plays this game so far. As we see the Sledge opening up the castle barricade onto Connector on 2nd floor. He's going to be droning, not necessarily to bait them out, just to try and get some intel, but unfortunately he does not, as the drone gets taken out immediately, thrown through the window. We switch to our friend Zofia to find out she's not inside yet, so we're going to switch to another one of our friends here of Jackal, who is inside, pushing his way through admin into copy right now. He's not using his ability for some unknown reason. If I was Jackal, I'd be using that ability to try and see if somebody had been there in the past, 30 seconds.
Loading new magazine!
But then
So
again,
Jackal already opening line of sight to cut off rotation all the way through bathroom to top yellow. Oh, sorry, my bad. Top Visa. Jackal has a very key position when it comes to pushing site.
oh, and speak of the devil, actually, Smoke was camming for them, and so they know that almost everybody's over in admin side right now. And we have a nice bullet hole angle here from Echo. I think he's in. I don't know where he's in. He just missed the opportunity, I think, to kill someone as they rotated through. Ooh, as we see Monarch on the castle taking out the sledge of Roxo. That's a good fragger going down for Team Eros. It's going to be a 5v4 HP. Some low HP for the defense, but nothing too bad so far. This
And I'm glad
hell-
to see Echo playing a little bit more aggressive.
the bullet hole angle almost paid off, and that's through the desk, actually, on front desk. I didn't know exactly where he was sitting, but good play there. He takes some HP away from the Jackal player.
Yeah, and I'm honestly very happy to see that Echo is not just sitting on their cams. It's good to have Echo being an extra gunner and go on his cams when needed, especially when they're going for the plan, right? Because a lot of people like to play Echo just being on cams all the time and just giving hard intel, but Echo is contributing a lot. So it's still looking in favor of defenders, but Castle goes down. Jaeger is still downstairs.
And actually, Echo gets a nice refrag on that Jackal as well. So, and Echo coming in clutch again too with the double kill. As we see now, it's going to be the Zofia as we switch to her angle as we watch her try and touch this 1v4 situation. Unknowingly, A is clear. Or actually, not clear anymore as the Smoke rotates back into there and ends that round in favor of 5 Akumas. So it's going to be
choice.
6-5 for 5 Akumas. It's guaranteed a tie at the very least for this game. It's guaranteed a tie or 5 Akumas clutches up and wins this final defense round.
Personally, very good choice to pick the top side. Finally, I believe they understood that, hey, we can't gamble anymore on these extra sites. We have to get ourselves on board. So now they have a final choice, right? They want to make sure they get that.
It's looking like it's going to be basement. Basement's going to be the final defensive site. We see a bit of a different lineup. I mean, mostly the same, but Alibi is being picked initially on Okita. But we see the 6th pick probably going to be Vigil. Oh no, 6th pick to Warden. Okay, interesting choice there. But I guess they know that the offensive team has taken quite a few. Oh, I stand corrected.
Maybe
Warden to Goyo instead.
I'd see Warden play out on this map, especially because they bring tons of smokes. Especially, we've seen Jackal deploy his smokes quite a bit.
Actually, May, that Warden got immediately switched to Goyo right before the start of the round, so Warden's non-factor anymore. But I mean, Warden would have been a decent pick because we do see them carry quite a few flashbangs and smoke grenades on the offensive side this time. So,
yeah, absolutely, Goyo. Haven't seen Goyo on this map just yet. So first time we're gonna see him on the last round. In fact, Valkyrie's been with us for every single round, as well as Maestro. Maestro is looking like it's an essential part of both of the team compositions. Simply because of just his bulletproof cams and the utility he brings, and his weapon is absolutely amazing. It's one of the best weapons for the defense side.
Right, he's just such a strong operator right now. I mean, he's frustrating to play against if you're an attacking player because he's just so good.
Why would you nerf the character when you can nerf the gun, right? Just remove the ACOG, poggers, dude.
Oh yeah, fix game, remove ACOG, basically.
No, fix gun, remove ACOG, dude. Come on.
No, fix the game, remove the ACOG, because that seems like the only game-changing thing that's going on right now. Besides events and things like that, there's no there's no other changes at the moment for the benefit of the game. But enough about that. As we see, the attacker's actually going to be making a very similar push, I believe, to last time. There's no breach denial on this wall at the moment, but we see the Goyo playing a double Goyo shield in Garage, standard strat to what we see a lot in Pro League, as that Goyo shield is going to be sitting in between the cars. Ooh, Jaeger actually denying that first.
Yeah, should have been checked. Honestly, the concussion A should have gone first.
And I mean, there's only one concussion grenade has been used so far. There's 2, so that's going to be the ADS burn there, thank the Lord. They're using that.
They have to get rid of that shield. That's another 10 seconds wasted.
There we go. Shield's gone. Still 2 minutes left to go in this round, so the attackers do have a little bit of time to waste. I say waste as a strong word there. I mean, obviously, they're not trying to waste any time. A lot of this is tactical, trying to figure out where people are playing. As we see, actually, I think that's the Jaeger playing directly above the site, looking through piano. Yes, indeed, that is. Jaeger's watching through piano.
I mean, what really concerns me is that nobody's trying to contest Ibiza. Nobody's trying to go through the server side. Clearly, the defenders all stuck up there there's already been a lot of attention directed to the main breach. All the attackers have to do is just have that Nomad or anyone else, just like in the previous rounds we had. Nomad just wrapped around and got a double kill that kind of secured them the flank.
And I think
but we're not
seeing
seeing it
that
this round.
same sort of push actually happening right now. We're seeing Roxo rotate. I saw him run off the door, but he's making a really long rotate. He's going all the way towards Visa.
Still 1 minute on the clock, still have a lot of time to do it. Pressure being put on the main breach. They keep shooting, making sure, and there we go. I believe he's going to sneak through, blow out the hatch with a shotty unless
The
it's
hatch,
reinforced.
unfortunately, is reinforced there, so that's a strong play by the defense, but he still has the option to go down Visa stairs here. He knows nobody's gone there recently. A lot of the defenders are just going to be sitting on site, as actually the first kill of the round goes to the Maestro, taking out Zofia of Nami. That's their top frag for Team Eros. That's a...
So, Jackal creeping up behind. It's going to be a play.
Good kill for Roxo. It makes it a 4v3 now for the attack. And actually, unfortunately, that's going to be a double kill. Double kill
Last
for
20
Saxter.
seconds.
Oh,
Now
smoke?
it goes down.
Is this going to be a tie? Is this going to be a tie right here? 20 seconds left. They have plenty of time to plant the diffuser. The last defender left is going to be Jinxie playing the Jaeger. As we see him try and clutch
And
up.
black shots go up,
and
and that's
Eros
a
wins. Round 12 ties the game 6-6. Good play there, everybody. That is it.
That is the
Wow.
game.
Wow, very well done.
6, and that is a tie.
Oh my lord. I did not expect it, honestly, to fall down to a tie the way that that round was shaken out there. But, again, still well played to him there.
It's a goddamn shame.